You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Highland walks with pride. Story by staff writer Lauren Siebert. Highland High School held their 50th graduation since the consolidation in 1962 and the 47th since building the HHS, as we know it, in 1965. Highland High School's graduating class of 2012 turned their tassels and began a new journey in life May 11 at the A.L. Hudson Memorial Center in Highland. Students from every walk of life stood side by side waiting anxiously to hear their names being read and to shake the hands of those who had helped them to become successful during the course of their academic careers as they received their high school diplomas. HHS Board of Education member Danny Seward along with Highland School District Superintendent James Floyd had the honor of presenting the 110 students with their keys to the future. Seniors took a moment to remember two students who had been lost during the course of their high school days. The first, Corey Young, who suffered a fatal gunshot wound in February 2012, and the second, Camelia Oliver, who was lost in August 2003 during an automobile accident. The graduation ceremony began with the Highland High School band laying the musical red carpet for the soon-to-be graduates by performing Pomp and Circumstance, as one by one the graduates entered the gymnasium floor, flooding it with an array of rebel pride colors of red and gray, while the cheers of friends and family echoed throughout the room. Highland's band director Greg Bruner led the HHS band in performing the Star-Spangled Banner. Sidney Shackelford stepped up to the podium leading the auditorium with the invocation, asking the Lord to bless the class as they joined together for what would be their final time. Impact was the theme and focus of the speeches given by 5 honor graduates. Shelby Rodish, Leah Brown, Ben Carr, Kayla Ellis, and Ember Fisher were chosen. Each one shared the story of an experience that truly impacted their lives while at HHS. HHS Principal Clint Shackelford presented each honor graduate with a certificate of achievement, acknowledging their hard work and dedication to those who worked from grades 8 to 12 taking advanced classes and maintaining a grade point of 3.5 or above and completing the core curriculum set by the state of Arkansas. April Sansalo, an 11th grader, was able to advance through her courses at HHS and graduate with the 2012 class. After the diplomas had been handed out, HHS faculty member Johnny Carter gave the graduates a final congratulation, and had this to say. As this faculty, as this school district, the members of our community, your parents, friends and family, and your peers congratulate you on being graduates of Highland High School. As you take that traditional moment of turning that tassel, the graduating class of 2012 is dismissed.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Singing Out the School Year. By staff writer Lauren Siebert and contributing writer Darren Vesparas. The choir students of Highland High School performed their farewell concert, saying goodbye to the school year. The Highland School choirs performed their final performances of the 2012 school year May 8 at the A.L. Hudson Memorial Center in Highland. According to HHS choir director Fran Self, preparations for the concert began as early as January of this year. I started planning the music in January, trying to decide what was going to fit and what would work the best, said Self. Self explained that even though she and her students had begun to work on their songs, there were still several obstacles which had to be overcome, the biggest being scheduling. Some of our challenges were trying to find a way to work around the rehearsals for the musical Emmy, said Self. We also had EOC and of course testing and baseball and softball games. The choral concert kicked off at 6 p.m. with family and friends eagerly waiting for the concert to begin. This year's concert was mostly a pop concert, but it was eclectic. We had a range of tunes ranging from the South African song Joyful, to Dynamite by Tao Cruz, to Lamentations of Jeremiah, which is Latin, said Self. Self noted that she would have to begin rebuilding her honor choir next year, as she had 11 graduating seniors this year, but that she was proud of each one and wished them well. One highlight of the concert was the performance of Dynamite, which was performed a cappella with a twist. We would sing Dynamite in class, explained Self. One day everyone got into it, and had nice harmonies, and so I thought, why not try it a cappella and just do something different? The twist came as a surprise to the spectators. When the song began it sounded as though there was a drummer in the building, however no musicians were found. 2 students were seen standing at separate microphones creating the beat, as their fellow choir members sang along. I asked Craig Shumway and Darren Vesparas if they would see what they could work up, said Self. They have been known to kind of goof around and beatbox every now and then. The concert came to an end as all 3 choirs performed Firework by Katy Perry. As the song drew to a close, the students were met with a standing ovation.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Name, Nina Ellen Thornton. Age, 23. Born, Alton, Illinois. Q. Where did you attend high school? A. I graduated from Highland High School as a 13-year senior and valedictorian May 18, 2007. At graduation I received the highest award to a senior, the Earl T. Peebles Humanitarian Award. I had also received the highest award as a junior, the Crystal Wiles Achievement Award. Q. Where did you attend college? A. My senior year I started taking college classes. I took college algebra and trigonometry concurrently in the fall of 2006 and spring of 2007 through Ozarka College. I started college in the fall of 2007 on the Ash Flat Ozarka campus right after I had graduated high school. I started working for the Hardy Police Department in December 2008 and my second job was tutoring college algebra for Ozarka College. After 2 years I graduated from Ozarka with my Associate of Arts in Teaching May 14, 2009, still with my 4.0 GPA. I then transferred to Lyon College, and started there in the fall of 2009. Q. Was there an experience that really stood out to you while at Lyon? A. While at Lyon I had the awesome experience to travel to Switzerland May 12 to 26, 2010 to further my education. Q. How did you feel when you found out you were going to receive the Alma Cole Metcalf Endowed Scholarship Award? A. I was very excited when I found this out. We were sitting there and they were going through the awards and they got to this one, and when they said that it was for someone in Sharp County I thought So then they started explaining about the person like she is a math major, and will be teaching and she is from Hardy. As soon as they started describing I knew it was me, so I put all of the things I was holding down, and got ready to get up there. The person sitting next to me looked over, as soon as they said Hardy and said congrats. It was pretty awesome. Q. What happened after you received the award? A. On April 17, 2012 I received the Mathematics Book Award and the Secondary Education Book Award at the Lyon College Honors Convocation. As I was leaving Honors Convocation, the Batesville High School principal stopped me, and asked me to come to a job interview the next day. On May 2, 2012 the principal called me, and offered me a job teaching geometry at Batesville High School next year, which I took. They also told me that I could be teaching some Algebra 3, but also this could change before August comes around. Q. What do you hope to bring to your future students? A. I hope to let them know that they can succeed, and it doesn't hurt them to have to think. Math really teaches them how to think and problem solve, so I think this will help them in the real world, when they get out of high school. I hope to help them reach the goals that they have set for themselves. Q. Since you began your academic career on your journey to teaching, is there something you wish you would have known before you started that you want to pass on to someone who may want to do what you did? A. I don't really think that it is something that I didn't know, but I would like to say that you really have to be dedicated and want to learn. Everyone can learn, but the ones that really succeed are the ones that want to learn, and want to be there at school. Q. What were some obstacles you overcame? A. Not sleeping. I had to get used to having very little sleep, because I would go to school, go to work, stay up half the night studying and then leave by 6 a.m. to be at school on time. Q. What was it like working in Hardy and commuting to Lyon every day? A. It was tiring having to work in Batesville, drive to Hardy, work, and then do homework, but I loved it. I love working at the police department. It is a pretty awesome job. Oh yeah, and the drive is boring. On the first day of school I talked to the students. They told me things about them, and I told things about me. I told them that I worked at a police department. At first they didn't believe me, but when they found out it was true they thought it was the coolest thing ever. They told me that they thought I was an undercover cop, and then on the last day of school they told me that I could go ahead and let them know that I was working undercover, because I was leaving now. Lol. Anyways, it was very tiring, pretty stressful, and got a little crazy at times, but I think it was an advantage, because the students have a positive role model. They could see that I was not just there, because I had nothing better to do. Q. Had Batesville not offered you a job, where did you want to work originally? A. During these 3 years of going to college at Lyon I commuted there from Hardy every day while working at the Hardy Police Department, and helping build a house for my grandma in hopes to stay here, and get a job working at Highland High School when I was finished. This was approximately 110 miles a day or approximately 54,780 miles of just driving to school. This equates to approximately $12.450 worth of gas during the past 3 school years. Now that I have a job in Batesville, I guess I will be putting some more miles on that yellow Dodge. Q. What does life after college look like for you? A. A little scary. Ha, I am in the real world now. Lol, no, but for real, just like any new thing you try, I am a little wary about having my new classroom. It is really weird to get up every morning and not have to leave at 6 a.m., but only be to work by 8 and live a mile from work, which will all change come August. It is actually pretty awesome that I already have a job and do not have to worry about trying to find one all summer. It was a huge sigh of relief when they called me and offered me one. I am sure when it gets closer to August I am going to be very nervous, as having a classroom to myself for the first time, but I think that is normal. Someday I will probably go back and go to grad school to get my master's degree. Q. Anything you want to say to the community? A. I really love living here in Hardy. It is a great place to be. I would encourage everyone to pursue their goals no matter what it takes. Also, I am very grateful for everyone's support.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.